who gets the initiation first. If Bane, Lina, or Warlock get the drop on you, you're pretty much screwed. But if Void's Chronospheres are good, then you're pretty much screwed. And I think it all comes down to the complexity Beastmaster. As I already said, more vision, more abilities to kind of play around the other team, and better opportunities to jump them. So, as much as I do love Wind Ranger, I think Complexity got this one in the bag. Dunzy? That... EB. Like, I believe that was the veteran special. Their team ran that forever, every goddamn game. Oh yeah.
Yeah, the old, was it State Gaming days?
Dude.
Or No Diggity? No Diggity
No
days.
Diggity. Every game was double.
It was Vengeful Spirit, Void, Enigma. Their top 3 heroes like every game.
Anyway,
I remember that.
I have to agree with any other pick side to Wind Ranger. That's my normal story. What are you gonna do? Anyway, we should be getting in that game any moment now. Again, takes a bit in elimination mode.
It's
Annie,
the spectators' slacks. We've been over this.
you down for another challenge?
I'm down, man. Let's challenge. All right, I'm thinking complexity. You know, I'll go wanted for the sake of that. I think wanted are looking really crisp today.
I'm gonna end my life if wanted with a Wind Ranger.
Live on stream. That's the bet.
That's the challenge! Will I die today? Find out. Alright, we'll figure out the challenge. But anyway, Zyori and Trex are headed up into that game. Enjoy your catch.
All right, thank you very much, Slacks and Annie. Trent, we are here in game number 2, Complexity versus WanteD. This is elimination. If Complexity loses it here, they are out of Elimination Mode 3. Can you believe it?
Wouldn't even... Whoa, Melons, you're crazy, dude. Gets a ward down, but he's all right. I actually like the Wind Ranger, to be honest. I thought it was a good pick. Up against Ursa, up against Beastmaster and all his friends. It can be very handy to have so much evasion. And they went for that Beastmaster, I'm assuming because Complexity were thinking about that whole Enigma and whatnot, and just having... Oh, no, never mind. That was intentional. Okay, we're good. That was the same word for a second, but... just that whole idea of having the roar up against the Enigma and just being able to stop him during those black holes and the big cooldown reliant stuff. Wind Ranger, no cooldowns. It's fine. QO. You know, if anyone's going to land some double shackles, make this work, I can believe in him. And looking forward to Chessie here on this, what appears to be like an aggro-style Necros. They block out these camps, and maybe they're just going to abandon Boris, actually.
I'm excited to see the Chessie Necro. It's a strong hero right now. I think maybe a little underutilized, but it's just all about the initiation. If WanteD can find the opening in these fights, oh, it's just so easy to follow up with Necro. And they've got a lot of ways to do it.
PPD did this yesterday too, right? With the early ward, and he went for these courier snipes, and it looks like Melons possibly... Well, he might just be going for the block, but we'll see. Worth noting, Susie, well-known Lina player. This guy plays a ton of Lina. He's one of his most played, even in pro games. I can remember him playing a lot of mid Lina, and I know he spammed it a bunch in pubs when the hero was good. But it looks like they're none the wiser about the PPD Phoenix. This courier, it's coming. He's gonna do it.
Take a look at Dire Vision here. He gets the vision. Icarus Dive makes this nice and easy. You just need that first auto attack. PPD, this is you, number 1.
Oh, PPD, no!
He doesn't get it.
Oh, no.
Oh boy.
Just start. Oh well, that's life.
PPD. How unfortunate. A noble effort, but unsuccessful this time.
Well, that's too bad. I mean, it looked good yesterday. He had like because I think it was Cinder who pointed out during that cast, but you're diving, you get the attack, you stop, you get the second one, and you're gone. You get a courier snipe.
Yep. Definitely one of the easier heroes to try to do that with, but the angle the courier went, he would have had to sort of Icarus dive into the tower, and it got a little messy there. He tried to make the right call to get out, and now Z-Freak chasing him down. He will have another Icarus dive. He makes it back with about 1 auto attack to spare. That 0 armor on Phoenix in these early levels. So brutal.
And then our lane matchups pretty much as expected. Just can you imagine they got that courier too? Just that would have been so good for this game, but either way, not gonna matter much for now. Everything looking pretty normal. We got Boris in a decent matchup for himself up against Monkeys. Better than the alternative. Obviously, Faceless Void never wants to be against Ursa. That is a bad time.
Yes.
not a fun one, so aggro as expected.
And here comes Z-Freak mid. Rotates through, just putting some pressure on QO, making sure 747 has all the space he needs to farm in this early portion of the lane. Of course, down bottom, the lane we haven't looked at yet, it's Moo on the Ursa, Melons on the support Warlock. They're up against what is now turning into sort of an aggro try. It's Chessie on the Necros. We talked about PPD TP's down on Phoenix. And it's Jo on the Ogre just waiting out this 2-minute double damage rune. Very nice for him. This could actually turn into a first blood if things go the way of WanteD.
Oh, I have to say, too, with how Boris played yesterday on that Faceless Void, remember, he crushed it. He was some insane scoreline. I remember it was like 12-0-16 or something, and maybe less than that, but I'm just
Here we
credit for
go.
that much, but...
Jo throws the Ignite. There's the stun onto Ursa. A few more auto attacks, and they'll find this kill. The heal from Melons, keeping him alive, but it's not enough. Chessie on the Necrophos off the last auto attack, and that sears him to first blood. Nice rotation. The lucky Blueberry rune here for Jo does indeed yield that first blood.
Yeah, coL down here too, chucks a power shot, and Shrine time. Big old party.
The value
He's got a
shrine.
salvo, he's fine. So I was actually watching Chessie earlier after we finished Mr. Cat, and he was playing some Necro, so...
He was. You're right.
This will be our second time watching him today. We'll see. That game he went Atos into... he said that Aghanims is core on this hero. You always have to build it eventually. Like, you don't really have a choice. It makes sense with the new way the cooldown works.
Yeah.
It gets
True.
so much shorter.
Yeah, maybe not first item. You know, like Mac always a good item on Necro, especially now with Ghost Shroud, the healing bonus, all that kind of stuff. Might not be the choice here, but some sort of survivability item, even just a Force Staff or something first.
Yeah, I
huge.
think typically you want, like, you either just decide, do I want Blink, Atos, or Force, and then build into your Aghanims.
Yeah, absolutely. So glad to see Chessie here, seeing the fruits of his labor. I was watching stream, actually.
Dude,
he was very surprised.
Very happy. He was talking Elimination Mode.
Viewers.
Yeah, he was like, oh, I love Elimination Mode. He's going to play these weird heroes I never get to play in competitive.
Yeah, that's true. I actually heard him say that. Confirmed. Chessie likes Elimination Mode. You heard it here, folks.
6 sellout, Chessie. Thanks, man.
So up top, it's going very well for Monkeys, out CSing Boris on the Void right now. This is looking to be good in terms of timing for his items. Meanwhile, mid, coL on the Wind Ranger, stunned up, gets off the Wind Run.
Yeah, not too much real concern until the Laguna itself was apparent. PvD, he actually stole that. Did you see that?
I did, actually.
that was quite the
clutch.
snag. Wow.
Tight.
All right, that kind of makes up for the courier, but not quite.
Almost. Monkeys, if he was level 6 there, could have been a kill on Boris, but of course, not quite at that point. Only a quarter through level 5s as he continues to rack up the CS. How's Mood down here in the bottom lane? 24 last hits compared to the 20 of Chessie. So fairly even spread. The off-lane Necro, not the easiest lane. We'll see a rotation now up top. Z-Freak bumps into PPD. Ogre also here. 3v2 in favor of WanteD. Plexi will just start to back up as Z-Freak moves into the jungle. Chronosphere comes down. Beastmaster locked in place. Sunray bringing him down low, and PPD can't quite get the angle, but Boris, he gets it. Now Z-Freak in way too deep. 1v3. It will be a 2-0 up top. No, 2-1. They get the kill onto PPD, actually. Monkeys, credit for that one. Still not the dream for this Radiant off lane.
Oh, and that's kind of comes back to this Necro, though, because he was level 4 when they ditched him. Now he's level 5.25, and what are they going to do with a Warlock and an Ursa? That's not really much, right? He can just space himself out here. If he feels any sort of threat or pressure, he can just Ghost Shroud. He could even TP if he had one. There's just really nothing doing on him.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Warlock, very sustainable lane support, but in this kind of a situation, the sustain isn't the problem against Necro. You need some way to, prevent him from just TPing out when the Ursa closes the gap. Good stuff for Chessie, at least. Phoenix will be rotating back down, a level 3 on PPD. How's coL doing in the mid? Looks like they've tried to rotate on him a couple times, but last hit battle is strikingly even.
Got a smoke coming up top. It's on to Boris, though. Not the easiest target, but yeah, Boris senses this right now. He's like, I really don't want to get roared and killed.
They know Chrono's down. They've got the bird over the tree line here.
Look how deep their vision is bottom, too. Like, he should know.
Z-Freak, only level 3, not even close to a Fiend script, but that will set up for Lina. Does not have the mana for the ultimate. Oh no! 747 can't quite get it, but now he sips the bottle, and they do get the kill on Boris after all. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Moo, it's a 1v3. He will not survive. Chessie will get credit for that one. So 1-for-1 across the map. Void for...
Yeah, at that point, even running the trees probably wouldn't have saved Boris anyway because of Hawks and whatnot, so... But again, it's just kind of like last game too, where they have this deep vision coming out from the dire side for WanteD, and they just know these supports aren't down here. They must have been making some sort of play on Boris, and at least he was able to delay it enough that they were able to grab a move too. So nice shackle by QO.
Yep, Z-Freak out of mana, low on HP, drops the Nightmare. Wind Ranger may still continue to pursue here. There's the Wind Run forward.
All right, good luck, power shot.
747 does have a Dragon Slave here. Power shot connects. They need a few more auto attacks. Necro gets it. Chessie finds another kill, and that's a spree for him. Now QO heads over to the shrine. They'll use it. Not a battle that he really wants to fight here. Needs to be somewhat careful. Monkeys does not have the ultimate. It's down for 10. Put him in the Nightmare. I don't know if QO is going to get out of this one. He does have some teammates on the way. Chessie inbound, drops the power shot. Now Boris is here. He does have a chrono. Primal Roar, now off cooldown, but perfectly timed for Boris.
Oh, shackle setup too.
The follow-ups there. They get the first one, and now Z-Freak soon to go down. Chessie gets yet another kill up on the scoreboard. 7-2. WanteD breaking this one open nice and early.
First two chronos going very well here for Boris. It's a painful cooldown at the start of the game, but as long as you can make everyone count, it's all that matters. And
I mean, that one was particularly clutch because of the Primal Roar cooldown. If he had waited just another second, Beastmaster might have been able to get off the ult, stop that whole exchange from happening, but perfect timing then.
Yeah, it really helps out QO too, just being involved in all these kills. Can be very tough as a Wind Ranger to get into all the items you need. You feel like you need that mobility item, then you need an Aghanim Scepter, and then you actually need a damage item. So as fast as you can get going on the net worth chart, very handy for the hero. And this whole time, Chessie was just hitting some creeps, man. You know, he showed up at the end of that fight, but he's very rich himself.
Yep. A small gold lead for WanteD, only about 500, so even though it's 7-2, Complexity are still farming pretty decently in the lanes. We'll see QO get set up on here as Z-Freak starts off with the Nightmare, but QO, he just turns and drops the ult. JO's nearby. They just destroy Z-Freak. Now Melons not be pursued. All right, just a freebie here going the way of WanteD. Very nice.
Yeah, that was a little weird. Z-Freak not finding the communication there. Maybe he thought Monkeys was closer or something for a roar, but
yeah,
Melon's not dropping the rocks, so that wasn't going to be the play. They might be able to threaten mid, though, just by having this. And Helm onto Monkeys, a little bit of a different build, but we've been seeing this like those offlane Magnuses as well. Same idea. And in general, I think Necros are just kind of looked down upon. Like, Lycans aren't building Necros, Beastmasters are skipping Necros. They have a really long cooldown.
Yeah, and it's also, there aren't that many items that feed away golden experience. You see up top, Moo and Z-Free going in onto PPD. They find the kill there. Chessie nearby. He does have the ultimate. Moo needs to be a little bit careful. A Death Pulse and a Reaper's Scythe with that extra magic damage could be the end of him, but they're fine. Chessie does not overstep his bounds. Meanwhile, in the mid, Monkeys joins the team, and they knock down that tower. Only 1 point in Inner Beast, but with those added units, it's enough to take out. No defense here from WanteD.
Oh, Chessie's coming in. He's running down Melons.
Yep, Shackle connects. This should be an easy one. LSA does slow down Chessie, but Reaper's Scythe not used. Okay, 747 actually keeps him alive. Very nice. Done.
This will be the battle of the winding cooldowns. A little bit of ping pong back and forth, more than likely, I guess, because we still have, what, 120 seconds now until Melt will have his back. And Boris has been sitting on this Chrono for a little while. Likely hoping he gets some assistance soon and try and get another important pick with it.
Yep, those first two Chronos came out pretty early. I mean, generally, I think a Void is happy if he's just passively farming for the first 10 minutes, but getting two pretty good team fight Chronos and getting a couple kills.
Yeah, they're going to smoke into him now.
Made up for that. PPD's also hit level 6. He's up top trying to push back this wave. See if Chessie and Jo rotate down bottom. Radiant scan there that's dropped just barely misses these smoked up heroes, so they've got the right idea, but do not get confirmation of the positioning.
Yeah, then with QO showing, I mean, seems kind of likely. I think Monkeys, as you said, kind of smelled this one out here. Top lane, PPD also feeling a little bit scared here.
Rightfully so. He's going to TP to the shrine, and all of a sudden WanteD have 5 heroes in the bottom lane. A beautiful shackle onto Monkeys and his boar. He drops the Primal Roar onto Necrophos, but Monkeys will die to the wrath of coL. Chessie ends up getting taken out, though. It's a 1-for-1. Chrono comes down. Lina will be able to survive for now as 747 rotates around the tree line. Z-Freak getting very low as PPD comes in and finds the kill there. Moo, he's in range. 747. He does not have anything left. Time dilation completely crippling this Lina right now. Does, in fact, get the kill on the Ogre. It's not as bad for Complexity as it seemed at first. A 4-for-3. Unfortunate for Chessie, he wasn't able to get off that Reaper's Scythe there. If he did, he probably would have gotten the reset and survived, and it would have been an overwhelming fight. That kill WanteD from swinging too far in the lead. They get about a 400 net worth gain out of that.
Yeah, all the core is going down, so, well, except for Boris, that is, but that is going to hurt Windranger. coL looking to build in towards the Maelstrom first, at least that's what he's got queued up. Sometimes if you're snowballing hard enough, or if they're like super squishy, you can just go right into the blink, but Maelstrom first, pretty common.
Oh no, they go right back in on Monkeys. Another latch shackle shot from coL. No Primal Roar, no way to survive. Easy one. They'll get this tower to boot, so WanteD get a nice recovery there.
And you can't really blame them, I guess. They just immediately TP and run like beeline to your hero. You're kind of thinking maybe you have a little bit of time to clear out your tower. You feel safe because your friends could come back, but no one was ready for that.
I guess the one thing that perhaps makes that more enticing for WanteD is knowing that Chessie has the ultimate up. Almost surprised they didn't use it there for just that guaranteed extra time on the respawn timer. But here we go. Tier 2 tower in the bottom lane under heavy assault from Team WanteD. Got all 5 down. Forest, 45 seconds on the chrono.
Oh, they feel safe because this ward up here, though, and there is a smoked up Warlock coming through.
Warlock, of course, level 9, does have the Golem. Chaotic Offering ready to come down. Here it is. Connects on 3. Moo trying to get in to close the gap. Phoenix Egg comes out from PPD. Chessie takes the Laguna Blade, and he goes down again before he can do much. Egg does go off, gets us on 3, but WanteD are on the back foot here. Jayos, he goes in hard. He tries to make some space for his team, and it will not be a successful endeavor. 2-for-0. PPD trying to fly over the tree line. Buys himself some time, but I don't think he survives through this one as the remaining survivors try to TP out. 3-for-0. Complexity finally strike back and get a big net worth swing out of it.
That was a bit of a crazy play from WanteD, to be honest. Like, trying to stay that deep without your cooldowns, at least without Chrono at the time, and just, I guess, hoping that Melons isn't going to find you, but...
Yeah.
It made sense when they pushed the tier 1, but tier 2 was pretty greedy because like Melons was up here farming for a while. He obviously ditched the lane, so they would have known he was TPing, but they were kind of playing as if he was back here, which is understandable, but it was a very nice smoke play. Good rotation wrap around there from Complexity.
Yeah, very nice indeed. Goldgraph, man, it's looking like the Loch Ness Monster, just up and down and then back again. Very back and forth game as both teams sort of... I guess it kind of makes sense. You have a Warlock on one side, a Void on the other. The team fights are really just fluctuating around the cooldowns, it feels like, more than anything.
One wise analyst once said it would be like ping pong.
Ah, yes, what a smart man. A genius, in fact.
What to say?
coL being close to the Maelstrom, basically just gloves of haste away. Now the smoke from WanteD, they'll wrap around near where this ward is. They've got the Chronosphere, looking for a potential opening. Again, knowing Warlock ult is down for about 60 seconds is a pretty good opportunity, at least on paper, to try to pick a fight.
Yeah, this build puts a little bit more pressure onto PPD and Boris, though. Not going for like that mobility first just means coL is essentially reliant on either a Chrono to kick things off or an egg, and then the follow-up from his team as the opponents try and burst it down. But first tower, easy peasy. It was the focus fire, though, with the DD, so not too shocking. They won't have it for this one.
Yep. Oh, Shackle does not latch, but Forrest goes in, drops the Chrono, does connect on Lina. Z-Freak makes it to the other side. 747 lives long enough to get off the Yule Scepter. Z-Freak with a Fiend's Grip, locking Chessie in place. They will drop the Reaper's Scythe, and coL actually snipes him with a power shot. It's a 2-for-1 as PPD get killed. Moo gets shackled, so much damage coming his way. coL still with a double damage rune on. This is not a fight Complexity wants to take, and they will lose it. 1-for-3, and now this tier 2 tower will be ripe for the taking.
Nicely done. A little bit worried there once the egg went down, but coL in the right spot, able to get that shackle. Not exactly the easiest thing without the mobility item, but he finds that tree. And Melons can do nothing but wait up here, and surely not going to drop the rock.
Whoa, he drops the rock. And what will the follow-up be? Immediately, coL turns, shackles it, and says, thanks for the money, bro. And everyone else will just TP out. Monkeys does not have the ultimate. He has a blink dagger now, but that was a chaotic offering. Why
Everyone was dead. I have no idea what that was.
Well, a
All
wise
right.
man once said he's not going to use rock.
The wise man once said.
Oh, my. You know, I really like the new HOD item, though. I've been buying a lot in my pub games, and it really does feel like the new Drum of Endurance. It just gives you that nice regen, a little bit of stats, a little extra attack speed. I understand why everyone's buying it right now. It's just such a good value item, easy build-up. You know, you can buy a little ring of regen in the lane for some extra P. It's a damn good item right now, Trent.
I mean, it's actually one of the funnest items right now. And when you're playing carry too, you can just like go in the jungle or you're in your lane, and you're just punching some creeps, and you just throw this creep to follow your supports around. It's so excellent that you get this purge creep that got nerfed but is still OP, or you get your Dark Troll Summoner and you're just like playing as this. You're like tabbing to your hero, man. You're just playing. Your hero's the creep. Like that's who you are now. The other guy's just getting gold, but you're just like YOLOing. You can dive anyone. It's great.
Yep. Well, the Loch Ness Monster continues here. WanteD, though, pulling into the biggest lead we've seen so far of only about 1,500 coL with the Maelstrom. And only a couple hundred gold away from the Blink Dagger. They'll just come in and finish off this tier 2 tower. Nice and easy. Radiant do not have a glyph, so not really much of a defense to be mounted here, especially without the Warlock ultimate. Still down for another 60 seconds. They will group up in the top lane, posturing as if they want to pressure this tower, but I think they'll leave Monkeys to push a little bit and TP back to prepare for this high ground defense. WanteD are going for it here. coL just walks right up there. Again, they know that there's no glyph. This is a little weird for Complexity. coL taking a lot of damage. Wind runs back, and now we're looking like a team fight. I think WanteD would be well advised just to back out here. This is not the time to try to break high ground.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Yeah, no, they'll just back themselves away. This is fine, though. Good grab from Moo. Next tower, you got the double Helm Creams up here now with the Beastmaster. Something's going on. This is pretty nice. He's got his Blink Dagger. Things look good for Monkeys.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll,
Yep, the Blink Dagger's huge. Do you think we'll see a Necro Book at all, or is that item just so out of vogue right now? Like, I mean, what do you think he'll transition into if you don't go for the Necro Book at this?
I guess it depends on how the game transitions, but I actually really liked that Shadow Blade that Mind Control built the other day. I thought it solved a lot of the problems that they had that game. That was when there's a lot of split push and stuff, though. So.
Yeah, I always think of aura-based items, like Assault Karas, always a good item on that hero. But time will tell here. Z-Freak looking for the Fiend's Grip, but can't quite get it on the other side. They get a quick pick on the Jo. Awkward positioning here as the rock comes down just on PPD. They killed Z-Freak, but Laguna comes out onto the Phoenix. It's all these little 2v1s as the Ogre buys back, and now it's a 4v4 on the field. Phoenix and Bane both sitting in the grave. Another double damage rune on coL. That's going to give him another free golem. It looks like he drops the shackle. It actually latches onto the boar, and he will just get that free money. Now on the other side, Melons may bump into Boris and Chessie here. Chronosphere at the ready, but a nice dual scepter from Susie prevents it from coming out. He will pay with his life, however. Melons on the run will get brought down by the Reaper's Scythe, and just like that, WanteD find an advantage in this series of engagements.
Yeah, these are some scrappy little like merc fights. I don't know. It's these 1v1s, tavern brawls going on or something.
Yeah,
Monkeys
that one in
just like
particular.
blinking away.
Super spread out. And a buyback from the Ogre. We can take a look at the team fight recap, and of course, it doesn't factor in the Ogre buyback. Thank you for recap. I don't know if it was quite worth it there, but the right idea. They're fighting around that tier 2 tower, so at least he has an access point to TP to and get back in the fray.
Yeah, towers, shrines.
Yeah.
You're an ogre. You don't need items. You press E on heroes. You just bloodlust them. It's fine. Like,
Yeah.
I was actually really looking forward to the Magnus. I thought it was going to come out in the Complexity 5th Bandit, so who knows? Maybe they would have gone for it for coL, but yeah, anyone who can jack up this Faceless Void is so sick. Make him super strong. Actually turn him into a carry that he wants to be.
Fusel's coming out here, Trent. He's got both Blades of Alacrity. Not too far away from completing that.
Yep, that'll help. We got a Yules on the Lena too, so that's pretty handy.
Hey, Trent, whatever happened to the Aghanims on Beastmaster? Is that just kind of a disregard item at this point?
Yeah, I think so. It's just, I mean, other stuff's just better for that much money.
Yeah, it seems like it. The only time I can really remember Ag's Beastmaster being a thing is if you're playing like Fata-style solo mid-core and you're just snowballing out of control. It can be a pretty cool item, but...
Yeah, people would like skip it instead of blink. They would just like buy that, run at people. Like, remember, that was like a slight phase.
Yep. It's not that good, though. A lot of other good items that you buy, like you said, for a similar or lesser cost. We'll see some pressure on this tier 1 up top coming out of WanteD. That does force out the glyph as coL drops the focus fire. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Complexity looking for some split push of their own. This tier 2 tower, pretty low. Be able to bring it down around the time that this tier 1 falls. WanteD being very cautious with positioning here. Chronosphere is available. They don't want to get caught too far forward. Warlock ultimate in about 10 seconds, so reasonable. Ooh, 747 finds coL X, but the Shrine starts healing him up. Kind of an awkward fight for both sides, but coL will not live. He it up with the Fiend's Grip. Now Chessie TP's in. He's by himself. He drops the Ghost Shroud, takes a lot of magic damage here, but in comes PPD. Which way is this going to go? Chronosphere's Force comes down. He connects on 2, but the Rock comes out on the back line. Both teams breaking up this team fight well, but now the Egg from PPD will not be enough to save Boris. Jo trying to help him out, but PPD dies as well. It's a big fight for Complexity. 4 down on the side of the Dire. Chessie, the only one to survive.
Yeah, they found themselves a hell of a fight.
But again, it's another one of these scrappy little exchanges where, you know, it starts as a 1v1. By the time Chessie TP's in, he's already dead, and then it's another 2v1. Just an awkward fight.
There's this Egg. Man, wow. Level 10 minus 20-second respawn time is actually insane. He's just, like, back.
All right. This is a big defense here. They've still got some time on the Golem. He can tank the tower. Ranger with the power shot, trying to slow things down as best he can. There's a Vlad's offering coming out for Monkeys, which will help in this 5-man death ball. coL shackle on the 2 neutrals, or not neutrals rather, the creeps. They lose the tier 3 tower, and it's going to be close. Debated.
Saving that money and that, yeah, that's it. Tier 3 shrines go down. Very important stuff.
Uh-oh. They're on their way, though.
Oh, not again.
They want to contest this. This Shrine is not available for healing, but Complexity, they sense it. They're on the back foot. Freak. Glimmer Cape, he'll be fine for now. Boris does not have a Chronosphere, so they don't have much catch. Jesse blinking forward, does not find the opening. He's about halfway to his Aghanim Scepter now, so that'll be a big trade for the Necrophos. Big fight for Complexity, and now we see them jump in the lead, about 4K net worth, 5K experience. Nothing insurmountable, but regained a lot of that lost footing from the early game.
Yeah, I really liked his build this game too. I mean, it's pretty standard stuff to go for the Veil first, and then, but in terms of the mobility items over the Force Staff, or maybe a little bit of catch the Atos, I think Blink was definitely the right call. We know they're already lacking because of the build the QO's going, which is very sensible with what his allies are doing, and then the Veil is, I mean, just sick this game anyway. He's got a Phoenix, he's got an Ogre, he's got a Maelstrom coming out on the Wind Ranger first, and then Void likely to build into one later as well, plus his bashes are all magical anyway, so
yeah,
plenty of magic being pumped into the side of Complexity as they take care of that Shrine, and should be able to make this Roche a little bit safer.
Yeah, they'll move into Roche. All the ultimates available on both sides except for the Chaotic Offering. Still 25 seconds on that. Small window for WanteD, but Roche falls so fast against the Ursa. They'll get here in time, Trent. And indeed they won't. The Immortal goes the way of Moo, Ursa Bear.
He's angry. Just running in.
We're going to see a fight actually break out. coL trying to run away. Moo, he blinks in very aggressively. Shackle does not latch. 747 on the front line as PPD comes cruising over with the Sunray. Boris with a nice chrono connects on 2. Lina gets dropped, but they also lose PPD. Now Monkeys comes back. He's got the Primal Roar, puts that on the Wind Ranger. There's the ult from the Warlock on the backside. They do lose the Aegis. Looking like an okay fight for the Radiant. Boris going chop on Monkeys. There's another Shackle. They get the Reaper's Scythe. Complexity starting to run low on resources, but Moo, he's at full HP, and once Chessie loses Ghost Shroud, it's going to be tough for him to stand up against Melons nearby. They don't have any slow. Necro's just going to run away. It's a 3 for 3. Now Chessie taking the big damage, and down he goes. 3 for 4. They do finish off the Aegis, but once again, Complex find a successful fight.
Yeah, it was a nice play from PPD, though. Again, that short respawn, he just comes back, goes to the Shrine, and immediately he can just pick off Monkeys on the back lines. But in the end, Complexity still the big winners on that one, despite the fact PPD can now buy a Midas. Not going to help you too much when they are just going on into your melee racks here. So they're coming back online. What do they really have, though? I guess they just have. You still have to be pretty careful with shackles. And
Uh-oh, there's Moo. Pops the BKB, goes in onto the Phoenix Egg. They can't stun him, and PPD likely to die here. It's going to be close, but the Supernova goes off. Now Moo way too deep into the base. His teammates can't get to him. Jo pops the shrine. It'll keep him alive. Now the rage comes out from Ursa. He just can't do it. It's Ursa versus the world, and the world will win. Total domination is now Monkeys caught by the shackle. WanteD handed a couple of freebies on a silver platter, and it's not done yet. But wait, there's more. Or not.
coL just pops out of the base of the Blink Dagger. Snagging up onto Monkeys there.
That is scary for Complexity, though. They had a pretty good lead, and this is one of those games where they need to close this out sooner rather than later. I think WanteD's late game is going to scale just a better Wind Ranger going for this core, and she's almost over the hump. She's got Maelstrom, Blink, soon to have Aghanims, then she starts getting scary. Necrophos, he almost has Aghanims as well. Of course, Faceless Void scales very well into the late game, only has really 1.5 core items or so. Still a lot of scaling here for Boris. I don't know if Complexity can afford to make greedy plays like that and have it backfire so much. I mean, that's a 10-second BKB on Ursa and the Aegis down. So, whew.
Complexity. What shall they do? Going later and later. I guess we really need to figure out what Monkeys is up to. We were kind of talking about his build. So he's got this
Vlad's pipe.
He's got this hood. Yeah, he's starting to eye up into a pipe. These are definitely those items of what you're pointing towards, my friend.
Aura
Ending things early.
Let me guess, Assault Karas still to come.
Yeah, definitely a potential one. I don't know. He might end up doing a little bit of ratting, but just pipe in general, kind of showing what they want to do. You have this Ursa core. The game's getting later. He's going to be kited around by these Blink Daggers, this evasion. Even Necrophos, of course, already doing plenty of work. There's no real denying that they're on a pretty big timer here.
Yeah, Swindles picks up a mech. Bad for the Warlock, but no Aghanims, no refresher, just going full support mode. So in terms of scaling, you know, mech not one of the better items when we're talking 45, 50 minutes into the game.
Radiant scan, they think there might be a smoke or something coming this way. They're a little bit worried, even with some ward vision, but...
Z-Freak in a sneaky position here. He's got Aether's Lens as well as the Glimmer Cape. Not going to find the opening, but trying to hide in the trees there. We also can't forget about Bloodlust. You know, they already have a good team in terms of scaling, and then you add Bloodlust on top of that, and everybody's just moving a little faster, attacking a little bit faster. For a hero like Void, it's big buff. No doubt. A wise man once said that Bloodlust is a good spell.
It truly is something else, honestly. I don't know, there's something about Ogre that's just... He's just a great hero. I don't know, I'm still not tired of him. Even when... Because he used to be a dead hero. I don't know if you guys remember, this hero never got picked. He was, like, laughed at. Someone picked
I don't know
Ogre.
if you guys remember, but Ogre used to be a joke.
Yeah, he was. It was like, then Alliance started picking him for that stupid bear, and back when Armlet was bugged on bear, those were good times.
You know, I remember the old, like, NIP days before Ogre was popular. They used to do the Lina Ogre Troll Warlord, like, machine gun style, carry Lina with attack speed. That was kind of cool. It didn't win that many games, but it was cool.
Was your boy JC on Root Gaming, who played an offlane Ogre and went Aghanims first, I believe, in American Dota League Season 2? Question mark? Something like that.
Yeah.
Those were good times. Bring back core Ogre. That is something I would like to see come back again. But for now,
mid Ogre.
He's the
I remember that
machine.
squad, the one and only team that people would first ban Ogre against.
It's good times. He also pioneered support Night Stalker.
Yeah, when you get that kind of respect. Here we go, Hawk flying over. They've got the vision, but fast fingers from Chessie. He blinks away.
Oh.
EP to the shrine.
That was a dead Necro.
Ooh. That was the fast reaction.
Right that was a Roar cast animation blink away.
Clutch stuff. Jo walking into the front line. He's going to tango with the Centaur. Tackle shot connects on 2. Creeps. Oh, they used the shrine by mistake. Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe preemptive.
It's unfortunate. Whoa, Swindles with a big ult on the whole team. Lina follows up, destroys coL, PPD as well. It's a disaster for WanteD. Instant buybacks, though. Chrono, Reaper's Sight. It's not going to find the kills. Void, he's caught by the Fiend's Grip. Z-Freak God on the side as now Chessie comes in. It's a disastrous fight for WanteD. PPD drops the Supernova, but it's going to be too little too late. It's likely to be a dieback for PPD.
Oh, don't get greedy.
QO,
There's no cleanup.
he will back up.
All right.
No. 2 buybacks already used. That is, oh my god. Look at that team fight recap. QO on the run. Moo trying to pursue into the tier 4s, but Shrine will heal up the Wind Ranger. Mid lane to Barracks will fall. Shackle Shot does connect. This is a tough defense. WanteD have 2 buybacks here. Necro and Void are holding them for now. Necro drops his, buys the Tome. They're going to come in to mount the defense. There's the Glyph as well, but they need to be so careful. It's a 2v5, even without ultimates. This is not a fight that they can easily take. Tier 3 tower down bottom falls. Warlock Golem goes down, but Melee Barracks taking a lot of damage. QO not going to be able to save it. Or will he? The little Satyr, the hero Satyrs, they come in. It's actually enough. Doing out, Z-Freak gets a Glimmer Cape off. He'll be able to, now they drop the Sentry, and this should be a kill for the Dire. Will they be able to find more, though? PPD way too far forward. He goes down. The fatal bomb destroying this Dire squad. QO in the front line takes the Laguna, and it's likely to be another one. This could be GG, and it is. Complexity game 2. Trent, that game was so even and got so out of control in flash of an eye.
Dwindle's God, dude. He throws down a couple, you know, he was just practicing. He was getting warmed up. Didn't want his stats to be too overinflated so that people